guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I am happy you're here. If you're back for more, thank you. You are appreciated. Today at Creativity and Inspiration, we are talking 3 very simple flowers. Flowers that you can use on scrunchies, on make pins, do a magnet for the refrigerator. You know, Mother's Day's coming up. Great in journals, great in planners, great on mixed media pieces. You can use these flowers anywhere, and they are so simple to make. And you only need maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 things to make them, and none of it's expensive. So let's just get into this video. But before we do, I want to say I'm sorry. I've tried to put this video up since Friday. It's been crazy. I've been having issues with my camera. You may have noticed it being blurry, not blurry. So I've had to cover my desk. You'll notice when I flip the camera around, and hopefully that will fix our what it's focusing on and our blurry issues. So let's get into these flowers because you're gonna love them. Okay guys, so you got a sneak peek of these flowers at the opening of this video, and I just thought, it would be fun to give you a little hint. Anyway, these are so fun. Those were the 2 fabric ones I'm going to show you. And then this is the small version of the paper one. They're all super easy. All you need to make these is obviously some fabric scraps. One, you'll need a long strip to make one of them. And then for the double flowers, you'll just need any size scrap fabric you have. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a super size, big or large. You'll need some glue, and it's great if you have maybe a fabric glue that you could use. My craft bond glue that I like. This video is not sponsored. This glue is just great because it goes between fabric and paper, works equally well on both, and I don't have to stop and get different glue. And you'll need some paper scraps, and the paper scraps you want to work with are long ones. Then for the centers, you can see I used buttons. And for the centers, you can see I used buttons and bling, which are great. They're good old standbys. You could also use stickers, anything that your heart desires. I'm just here to give you the inspiration. So also you will need some thread and a needle. And that is it. This is, and a paper clip. But the paper clip is just if you don't have, a third hand, which most of us don't. So anyway, let's make this long strip one first. This is a 12-inch basically strip of just fabric that was left over from a project. The edges are ragged. I left them that way on purpose because I think it gives some interest to this flower. All we're going to do is we have our needle and our thread, and we're going to put a knot in the end of our thread, obviously. Okay, so all you do is you get your strip of fabric and start at whichever edge you want, doesn't matter. And you're going to do a running stitch. And to do a running stitch, you simply come up from the bottom so your knot is on what you will consider the back side of the fabric. And then you go down. And then you can go up and down, in and out of the fabric, basically, okay? And you do that for a while. Just makes it faster if you do it like that, but you can do single ones too. And then you just pull your thread, and then you go to the next one. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, once you get your running stitch all the way across, and if you look at the bottom of this, I did a really big running stitch, as you can see, which is great. You can do small or large, whatever you want to do. Once you get to the end, all you do is just pull your fabric and hold your fabric and pull your thread, and it makes a great ruffle, okay? Keep it tight. Once you get it tight, you're going to have to kind of pull at the same time as you are bringing it around because you want to make a circle because you're shaping your flower. And you want to, there. I like this shape. I like how it looks. So I'm going to pull it tight, and I'm also going to bring my thread up and sew the ends together of the fabric. Okay, so I'm just going to do another quick little running stitch through the both ends. Probably just one stitch. I'm going to pull it, and there you could see it just pulled it tight. Okay, I'm going to do that, and now that's how it looks. It's that simple. So I'm going to bring it back behind here. I'm going to just stick it in the fabric, bring it out, and basically tie a knot. So you just want to make sure you keep it as tight as you want so you keep your creases. I tied a knot, and there is my flower. How simple. Just a simple running stitch along the bottom. You pull it. It makes this great ruffle. You stitch it together. Trim off your... Now you can put in the center. You could put a paper flower that you've done. Just pop that in the center like we did here. You can put a button like we did on the round ones. Or you could put something like a sticker. And I'm going to put this, let's see, the orange one. I'm going to put the green one on there. And I'm going to put a little of my fabric glue, paper fabric glue. Even though these are stickers, you know, I am putting them on fabric. So I do want to make sure they hold. So I'm going to pull my sticker off. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on it. Whoops. Okay. Now I've got the glue on my sticker. And I'm just going to come back and put that as my center of my flower. I'm super excited. The glue will dry clear. And there we go. How cute is that? And so simple. Okay. For our round flowers, even simpler than the pink ones, you can take any size scrap and cut 2 circles, one bigger and one a little smaller. Doesn't have to be drastic and doesn't have to be perfect. And again, the ragged, if your edges are ragged, that's good. It's just going to give it some movement and some interest. I'm trying to make this my outer circle. Okay. And then since there's plenty of fabric left here, I'm going to make this little piece the inner circle. And I'm going to just kind of come back and kind of trim off the corners. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. It just kind of needs to be roundish, but not, like I said, perfect. Okay. So let me get the scraps out of the way. We're going to use actually one of these scraps on the back because you need something to glue it to, and a little extra piece of scrap is perfect. Okay, so there's my bigger circle, there's my littler circle. I'm going to layer them in each other. Oh, I'm going to cut off the, has a tail there. Okay, so there we go. I just have my 2 circles layered, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back with my same needle and thread. Now, for this one, you know how a button has the 4 holes in the center? That's what you're going to do. You're going to do up from behind, so your knot's in the back, down, and you can be right on top of that or beside it, and then you're going to come up again beside it. So I'm doing like a square almost. Let me get this a little closer for you. As you can see, it's like a square. I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to go down again. And that's it. And then I'm going to pull it tight because I just did a running stitch again. And when I pull it tight, it creates that shape right there, which is very cool. While I'm still holding it tight on the bottom, I'm going to come up to my inner flower and twist it around. So I'm twisting it a direction, so my flower is now twisted, and the outside flower, the bigger flower, is staying steady. So when I twist it, it made it even more wrinkled. Now I'm going to twist the bottom flower the same way, the bottom piece of cloth, and it also makes it lumpy. See, like that. Now, you need glue on two sides of this one. So first, I'm going to come and make a quick little knot through the fabric just to tie off my thread. Okay, and then I'm going to trim off my thread, holding it tight and almost over the knot on the back and my fingers over the knot in the front. Then I'm going to come with my fabric paper glue, put a dab of glue on the back, and get that extra piece of fabric I told you we needed. And I'm going to cut it just big enough to cover the space I need in the back. So it's just a little bit of fabric, and I'm going to glue it on, and I'm holding it tight still. I'm going to flip it over to the front, and then I'm going to take whatever I'm going to put in the center and glue it down too. So still holding it, I'm going to put a little dollop of glue right in the center. This time I'm going to put some bling, so I'm going to get a bling. And even though there's stickers, again, it's fabric, so I glue. Then I'm going to hold that down for a second, and there is my flower. And because I twisted it, it has movement to it. How cool is that, right? So that's our second flower. Fun to make, and you can do it. I did those with a button. I did that with bling. Super simple. Now the next flower is the paper strip scrap flower, and I have a thin strip and a fat strip. Doesn't matter what you use. This one is where you will need your handy dandy paper clip, or you will need another hand. And this one you actually don't need your needle and thread anymore, so you can move that out of the way, but you will need your glue. And you will need just a little scrap of paper. Again, we're going to use that as like an anchor on the back. So, and it would be good if it was cardstock, but it doesn't have to be. And it just needs to be, about like 1 inch by 1 inch. That's all. Super simple. All you do is push your paper forward, and it's giving you these ruffle vibes, okay? And then as you're pushing forward, start turning your paper into a circle, okay? So that's all you do is push forward and kind of turn into a circle. And I know you can't see very well, but this paper's little, but these are easy to make. You can make the bigger ones too. They're just a little bit harder, and you really need, an extra hand maybe. Okay, once you get your flower all rounded around, you can stop, and you're going to bring it together, okay? And you're going to glue it right where you stop it. So I'm going to glue it right there where my thumb is. Where'd my glue go? Okay, I'm going to glue it right there. It's not hard, shaping these. You just have to keep your little folds all together. That's like the biggest thing. And then once you do that, your little folds are going to start trying to come undone. So you get your paper clip I told you were going to need. And, of course, I lost mine. This is why you need to have it out, though. Because you need to have your paper clip on hand. So you put it down like that, and then you... Oh, hold on a second. Okay, once you get it wrapped around and you glue your ends together, then you're going to paper clip it, and then you're going to need to kind of, once you get your ends glued together, you put your paper clip on it, and then you're going to need to stabilize the back. You have to hold it until you do that. So what I'm going to do is cut off my extra paper. Okay, and then basically I'm going to put glue all on the back because all of the little ridges need to stay down. And then you just flip it over really fast. And just hold it down, pull out your paper clip. Okay. And then just make sure it all glues down. And then go through, and any parts poking up, like all your little ridges, you might need to glue those down at some point. Once you get it all in place with glue, it looks a little messy, but it will dry and you won't be able to see it all. You can throw on your bling. I think I'll do a butterfly on this one too, just because it's so cute. Let's do a pinky butterfly in the center. Okay. And then, just to make sure you know it's a flower, what I did was I took a Tim Holtz die cut, and I cut it apart, because, you know, you can do that. And I got some of the leaves out, and I'm going to add the leaves. Then there is our flower from our long, thin paper scrap. Super easy ways to make cute flowers that you can use basically anywhere, and you might be going, okay, so where can I use them? Give me some ideas. I'll give you like probably 4 ideas. 1, on spring, summer tags. You know, we're all making them right now. How cute would it be to add a big old fabric flower? We could use the one with our butterfly. We could put one with bling on it. Or you could use the one that we used, our little paper scrap flower in the center. 3 options. So on tags, you can use them. You can use them on the back of envelopes to seal the envelope, you know, instead of wax. Because it's summer, maybe you don't want to use something as heavy as wax. Use a little flower. How cute is that? Could do some art, mixed media, make a bag, anything like that. Take our twisted flower and pop it in the center of our art like that. Whoops. In the center of our art like that. It looks really cool, gives it dimension, and it's just amazing. And like I said, you can use these on scrunchies as well. Super cute. All you do is put in a couple of quick stitches, and there you go. Also, you put a magnet on the back of any one of these and put them on your fridge. Super cute refrigerator magnets. You could put earring hooks, make some earrings out of them. You could make bracelets, rings. You could do anything with these 3 flowers that your imagination would let you. Endless possibilities. And like I said, super easy, and they won't break the bank because they use your scrap fabric and scrap paper. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure and give it a thumbs up. Also, please be sure and hit that subscribe button with that little bell so you'll know exactly when all of our videos post. We have some great videos coming for you, and we're going to do an empty house walkthrough very soon, as well as a new house walkthrough. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. Leave me a comment down below. Which was your favorite flower, and are you going to try these? Thanks for being here today, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.